China has garnered a bit of a reputation for itself on the internet for faking things on social media. It's not always China, and it's not always social media, but for the most part, if you see a video on the internet and it seems like it came out of China, you should always take it with a grain of salt. China Zoo, forced to admit the truth after one of their pandas, in quotes, started panting and barking. The Shanwei Zoo admits they painted dogs white and black to make them look like pandas. The zoo initially tried to claim that the dogs were a unique breed of pandas called panda dogs, and it was later discovered that these pandas, in quotes, were chows, which were dyed with white and black paint. What? I imagine that the PR for zoos in China, they are probably losing their minds at this point. If you remember, there was also a bit of a viral news story from I think earlier this year or last year that spoke about sun bears, where one zoo in China came under some criticism because people were under the impression that these sun bears was just a guy in a bear costume. And to be fair, sun bears are a bit of a weird breed with shorter hair and longer torsos, but some of these particular photos really just look like a guy in a bear costume. But that was proven to just, well, I don't know if that specific one wasn't a guy in a bear costume, but sun bears are real. Panda dogs, on the other hand, not to my knowledge. If you guys don't know what a chow is, they're adorable. I see them all the time here in the States, and it's usually owned by very wealthy families because a giant dog like that probably costs a lot of money, and they originated from northern China. So I imagine the chow is to northern China like the Shiba is to Japan, by which I mean dog Asian funny meme dog. Anyway, chows are pretty big and they're also super fluffy, so I guess it only makes sense with them being readily available and China being at a lack of pandas for some reason. They decided to take one of these chows, trim it to look more like a panda, and then dye the thing black and white and try to pass it off as some new sort of panda dog at this Chinese zoo. I was under the impression that pandas only exist in China. So how are you guys at a lack of panda? You're the only place that has pandas. Why, if anybody was gonna fake a panda, wouldn't it be somewhere else in the world? I can only assume, due to the years of hearing about the fact that it is tough to get pandas to reproduce, that it's probably not super easy to get a panda into every single zoo in a country that's got more people than any other country in the world. That makes sense to me. Maybe they really are scarce. The thing that doesn't make sense to me is the fact that everybody seemed to just go along with the idea that these panda dogs were real things. I mean, I get it. Listen, you go to a zoo and they tell you there's a new animal. That's crazy. I didn't know zoos got DLC like that. And you're telling me it's a dog panda? Panda-like, but also a dog? I'll buy it. But the thing that really makes me giggle at this fact is the fact that the zoo only admitted to the fact that these were just dogs that they painted to look like pandas once they started barking and panting. Like everything before that. The fact that they look like puppies. The fact that they look like every other dog in northern China, because that's where those dogs come from. Nobody took the bait. Everybody was just like, yeah, cool, whatever. Panda dogs. Yo, is that panda barking? Wait a second. Pandas don't bark. I bet you they were like duct taping these things to the trees and telling people they were climbing them too. China has decided to go down the route of just making up animals. And listen, if you're in the zoo business and you got to start putting stuff on TikTok for people to come to your zoo, I'm happy anybody's making an effort to make that fun. Kids are going to enjoy the animals, just happy to see them. But us adults, we need something with a little bit of personality. And that's where I think Thailand has really struck gold. Because they're not making up new animals. You all know what a hippo is. I mean, we've all seen Madagascar too. But a hippo with a sassy personality? That's something I would follow on Twitter.
This little hippo resists the zookeeper's touch and bites down on the zookeeper's knee. Moo Deng is a playful little hippo who loves to bounce around. It often keeps its mouth open, and it must have a lot of fun every day before it can fall asleep. Even when it is asleep, it still twitches its limbs. It really enjoys playing with water and takes a bath every morning. Its slippery body makes it prone to slipping.
Hey guys, I just got back from the doctor's office and they diagnosed me with cuteness overload. Are you joking? A baby hippo that's perpetually slippery? Moo Deng has taken the internet by storm. I don't think everybody knows the name of this baby hippo. I think they might just be under the impression that baby hippos are just the it trend right now, and they don't realize that every single one of these adorable, hilarious clips are the same baby hippo. Listen, we could sit here and overanalyze why it seems as though this random baby hippo has inexplicably become the internet's fascination over the last week. Well, what do you want me to say? Baby animal is cute? Did you guys not learn anything from Steve Irwin? We knew that already. Moo Deng is special. Something about hippopotami that are gigantic by nature, and seeing such a baby one, I didn't know you could just pick them up like they're small squirrels or something. You can't pick up squirrels, like they're dogs or something. It's hilarious. Moo Deng started to garner some viral success after the zoo that's keeping her has just been posting videos ever since her birth. But one viral clip of her playing with a hose that somebody was spraying her with and subsequently seeming as though she's afraid of water is hilarious, cause she's a hippo. I'm under the impression they like water. I still don't understand why Moo Deng seems to be so afraid of water in all of these photos. You're a hippo, bro. You're built for this. Everybody is in love with Moo Deng. Not only because it's a small baby hippo, but also because she bites her keeper's knees for whatever reason. It's scary to think about because more people die from hippos than they do from shark attacks every year, and you don't think of sharks as cuddly, do you? Her caretakers are increasingly concerned for her safety, as some fans have thrown water and other objects at Moo Deng. The zoo's director has threatened legal action. You don't need to threaten anything, bro. Just give me their name and home address. I just want to talk to them, I promise. People have been having a field day with editing Moo Deng into normal memes and conversations, both because of the fact that it's a trendy topic, but also she's just so small and inexplicably shiny for some reason. It's just kind of funny to see her outside of her water environment at a zoo. People have been putting her into movie posters and as a guest star on Hot Ones, and I believe she deserves all the fame that you could give her. If I find the person who edited Moo Deng into this photo with Pete Davidson, I will dress you up like a high schooler and send you to Dr. Disrespect. When I get my hands on you, I'm telling you, dude, Moo Deng's personal keeper just went on live and said that Moo Deng isn't even old enough to eat solid vegetation yet. She's just been mimicking her mother with the little noms here. I don't say this lightly. I would die for this tiny hippo. Well, that's all I've got to talk about today. If this video gets 1,000 likes, I will paint my cat like a raccoon and try to pass her off to a zoo. Oh wait, you already look and smell like one. I just saved myself an hour. Remember to subscribe if you want to see my videos in your inbox every single day. Big thank you to the patrons scrolling behind me, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Spisu.